Do not control time. Okay, let me be serious. If you consider yourself old, please scroll. This video is not for you. If you are fine with just being average or mediocre, which is a choice and it's okay, please scroll. This video is not for you. But if you're like me and there's something within you that doesn't let you settle for average or mediocre, come closer. I'll tell you what I do that I suggest you try. First things first, take care of yourself. There's this saying that you cannot pour from an empty cup, and it is so true. Please eat well. Your body and your brain needs food to properly function. Exercise is not only a thing for fit fam. We all need to exercise because the brain, the joints, the heart, every other organ needs exercise to function optimally. Get enough rest. That too is very important. I know it can be difficult with our busy schedules to get at least 8 hours sleep at a stretch, but at least 7 hours is just fine. I can't remember the last time I had 8 hours sleep at a stretch, but at least 7 hours will be just fine. I mean, the rest of us don't have to deal with grumpy underperforming you just because you refuse to get enough sleep. So yeah, try as much as possible to get enough rest. Very important for your brain to work optimally. Also, during the day when you feel exhausted, there is no harm in taking short breaks, guys. Take short breaks. It's just like recharging your phone or having your phone's battery charged when it goes down. So we need to take short breaks to recharge as well. Feel free to edit your goals as often as you need to. I had this quote on my Facebook profile for the longest, and it says, "Edit your life frequently and ruthlessly. It is your masterpiece after all." So yes, don't feel held back. Don't feel like, oh, it's too late for me to make changes. No, it's not. It's never too late to make changes. Once you feel it deep within you that you need to make a change, maybe that's a cue that you have to go ahead and make that change. So yes, take calculated, bold steps to effecting that change. So in another video, I'm going to talk about how I was able to do that. Subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for that video coming up very soon. Be focused. It's very important that we master the art of being focused because we live in a world full of distractions and it is very easy to get sidelined. Unfortunately, many persons will not achieve their full potentials because they got distracted along the way. So how then can we stay focused in a world full of distractions? Surround yourself with like-minded people, or at least one like-minded person. You don't need to have a crowd of like-minded people. Even if it's just one person who's like-minded, that's all you need. So I'll use myself as a typical example. Just the other day, I literally cried my eyes out because I felt overwhelmed with everything at this point in my life, and I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Where am I going from here? And all of that. And the next day I spoke to two of my friends about it, and of course they had a very good laugh, which was really needed. And afterwards they said things that really helped clear my mind, like actionable steps on what I needed to do, and that really renewed my decisions to go ahead and do what I need to do to get to the goals that I have set. Now that's exactly what you need. People who you can learn from, right? You sit with them, you talk to them, and you are sure that you are learning something, you are leaving there with something. It doesn't mean that you wouldn't have other kinds of people in your life. Of course, we have different people for different reasons, friends with different characters, yes, but in your subconscious within yourself. You know everyone's place in your life. You know what they are there for, right? I'll tell you what happened at my wedding 10 years ago. Yes, I've been married for 10 years. I'm counting, so that's a story for another day. At my wedding, I had to make a presentation. It was actually a song that I wanted to present, or I actually did present to my dad, who happened to be the only parent I knew for the better part of my life. Well, until he got married and gave me like the best mom ever. So yes, I can't relate to the wicked stepmom story, just for another day. So, just when the mic was handed to me to present this song, guys, the loud cheer from the crowd, it was like I had a battalion of soldiers in the audience. You wouldn't believe it. I wish I could get an excerpt from that video, but it's on a compact disc, right? I need a DVD. I don't even think I know where I can find one right now. I was so shocked because all these people, I actually do know them and they were there. But the truth is, if I'm stuck right now, or I want to sit down and discuss business, or I just want to chill, right? I will not call every single one of them. I won't. The people that I will call, I can literally count with just one hand. That's because I know everyone's place in my life, right? So they all turned up on my wedding. I'm very cool with all of them. They're very cool with me. When we meet up, we're cool, we talk, we're good, we catch up. So yes, that helps to keep me focused on what really matters. Prioritization and time allocation. This has worked for eons of years, which is why one wise king, you may have heard of him, he said, and it is true, that there is time for everything under the sun, right? So I'm going to give you a very typical example. Her name is Sarah. I'm going to put an excerpt of one of her videos so you can see. When you get to see her, most likely most persons would think that all that goes through her mind is dance, dance, dance. But it will surprise you to know that she's actually very, very smart. I mean, academically smart, right? And you're wondering how I know. I'll tell you, it's because she was actually a student at the school where I worked. And I mean like a senior high student. Yes, and this was just like last year. And she was really good academically, right? So good that when she had to leave, everyone really felt bad. She was that good. Now, how was she able to juggle everything all together? It's because she prioritizes. It's really that simple, and she knows how much time to allocate to each activity, right? So she wasn't just a student at the school where I worked. She was also a member of the extracurricular club where I get to teach public speaking and other personal development courses. And she and I used to be very close. So I actually really know her very well. So yes, that's a typical example that it is very possible to prioritize and juggle all our hobbies, interests, and everything perfectly if only you're able to prioritize and allocate the appropriate time to each activity. So when you're done prioritizing and time allocating, the next thing you need to do is to actually get up and work. You really have to get up and put in the work. I think this ideology of smart work and not hard work is confusing most young ones today, including myself. I actually organized this debate recently where we talked about smart work and hard work, and the conclusion of it, which is actually being realistic, is there is no smart work without a certain level of hard work, right? Like, to actually put up a system that works smart, you require a certain level of hard work. Waking up in the morning, getting ready to leave your house, all of that is hard work, right? To a certain extent, and they are actually necessary. So it's important to put in a certain level of hard work to actually put up a system that works smart for you. But ultimately, the goal is to greatly limit excessive hard work that could spike all our stress hormones and have us looking and feeling like, yeah. So, but I'm an advocate for smart work any day, anytime, right? But certainly with a reasonable amount of hard work. Respect time. See, don't let anyone lie to you. You do not control time. You have to let time control you, or at least dictate what you get to do at every given point in time. So if I have an appointment in 3 hours, I'm going to actually start getting ready now, especially when I know that I have to be there with my children, right? I give myself like 3 hours to get ready and transit. So search yourself and ask yourself what works for you. How long would you need to get ready and to get to where you're going to? And there's this saying, I think I got it from a movie, I can't remember what the title is now, and it says, if you're there on time, you are late. So that means you actually have to plan to get to where you want to be at least 15 to 30 minutes early. The last point that I'm going to be giving in this video is practice, practice, practice. You don't need to be an Albert Einstein. You don't need to be the best scientist in the world. All you need to do to be really good at whatever it is you have chosen to do, so much so that you'll be considered an authority in that field, is to practice, practice, practice. Just keep practicing, guys. Keep practicing. To become great at driving, you actually need to drive. And to become great at public speaking, you actually need to speak. And that's just how it is with everything in life. The best that you need to be. So if you're here to this point, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Go ahead to like this video and share with everyone you know. And remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on your post notification bell so whenever we post, you'll be the first to get notified. Thank you.